Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you're viewing this. My name is Mike. I'm the Crypto Liberal. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day today. Hey, if you appreciate these videos, give me a like, give me a subscribe, share it with somebody that you think might enjoy them. Or if you're feeling generous, if you're feeling some pity, anything, give me a like, give me a subscribe. So today was actually, it started out pretty green, and then I was kind of watching it as the stock market was closing. Stock market gave a little bit back. Bitcoin and crypto overall gave a little bit back, and we kind of ended up almost flat for the day in crypto. Um, but the stock market had a great day. So let's just start with the stock market, right? So I told you, wait, before, I told you yesterday, keep an eye as the futures open and as the DXY opens. If the DXY is down and the stock market futures are up, expect a good day for crypto. Well, that kind of held true, right? And at least through a majority of the day, until these last hour or so. But the thing is the DXY wasn't down really. So let's look at the stock market. So you can see here the DXY kind of flat, down 0.11%. I mean, that's nothing. But the stock market, the Nasdaq was up over like 3%. It was like 3.2%. And it gave back a little bit to the end at the end of the day, and it only closed up 2.5%. Same with the S&P, and the Dow was 2.1%. So it, as long as that DXY is kind of hanging there, I don't anticipate these relief rallies to gain much steam. So I think that's going to be important, right? The market just closed in the last 15, 20 minutes here. That's the one thing to keep an eye open as futures open again for tomorrow. Is the DXY hanging tough? Is it hanging around that 104.5 number? Until that starts going back down to 100, I don't anticipate these relief rallies to have much oomph to keep going for multiple days on end. If we can get some relief in the DXY, maybe for it to start hitting back down to that 100 level, then we might see a bigger relief rally and some hopium in the stock market and in crypto. So those are the things I'm keeping an eye on now. So let's look at Bitcoin, right? And what I'm kind of watching for. So we were up at 21.5 at some point today around, and so that's already like a 20% rally off of these bottoms, off of the bottom on Saturday, which was 17.5. And I told you going into the weekend that don't watch the weekend too closely, because I told you on Friday, wherever we end on Friday is typically where we end up on Sunday. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, we crashed on Saturday, but we made it all back up on Sunday, and we finished Sunday evening right where we started Friday evening, right? So it was a nothing burger weekend. So, but we have rallied like over 20% since the bottom on Saturday. And today right now we're at 20,800. And here's what I'm not going to get excited about Bitcoin until we get back above my resistance line here now. Right? This is my old support line, which I thought was going to hold, and it held for over a month. It was beautiful. It was holding beautifully until it didn't, right? And I'm not going to get excited about Bitcoin again until we get back above this line. Now it's going to be resistance, and we're going to get up here and we're going to get rejected, I think, the first time we visit it. And the first time we visit it might be a month from now, might be 3 months from now. Hopefully it's not 3 months from now. I don't anticipate it being longer than 3 months from now, but maybe it's July 10th or July 9th here, July 9th. And if that happens, it'd be about 25,700. And I anticipate we'd get rejected. Or I have this blue line here. That's another resistance area that we would need to work through here before we can get up to the red line. And that's simply just a reflection of, where the initial dump kind of stalled out at, last week. We had a couple days here where we just traded right below this line. So that was resistance. So 22.5 approximately. We need to get above 22.5. And if we can get above 22.5 in the next day or two or three, I think we'll go visit that my old support line turn resistance. But again, we'll get rejected off of it, I think. And How long we get rejected off of it and how low we go, I don't know. We'll have to see. The thing is let's look at that resistance line, right? Now resistance. It used to be support. So let's follow this all the way back, right? Perfect support there for a month, and it goes way back. It goes a year back. So support there, right? This is January of this year. I mean, this is such a beautiful support line. Support here of, September of last year. And then, right, this is when we fell below it. So this is after we met, or before we met our all-time high. Oh, now I messed up with a line here. I'll have to fix that later. This is before we met our all-time high, right? We went below that support line, and we went below it in May of last year, and we stayed below it for 3 months. We didn't get back above it until August, so pretty much 3 months. But look at the first time we got back up to it, right? We came up to it and got rejected. We were only rejected for 7 days, but that was the first time we approached it after we crashed below it. Got up to it, rejected for about 7 days, and we got above it. But it took us 3 months to get there. Is it going to take us 3 months to get back there again? I tend to think not, but it could. And we'll see, because last time when we broke below it, we went down and visited this support line way down here at the bottom. And I tend to think we're not going to get that low this time. So hopefully it won't take us that long to get back up to the support line this time. But again, I'm not going to get excited about Bitcoin. I'm not going to transfer back out of ADA and Ethereum back into Bitcoin until we get above that support line at the earliest. And then I might start getting excited about Bitcoin again. Once we get above it, hold it for 7, 8, 9, 10 days, maybe go up and come back down and test it as support and make sure it holds, then I might get excited about Bitcoin. We'll see. So speaking of ADA, right? ADA had some news come out today, and it wasn't unexpected. There's been rumors floating around for a few days. So all related to the Vassal hard fork. Now, the Vassal hard fork, we've talked about it on the channel, is going to greatly increase the scalability of Cardano. And there's multiple projects, DeFi projects, for example, that are kind of, I think, holding back on working or implementing on Cardano or launching on Cardano until that Vassal hard fork is complete, so they can take advantage of the scalability improvements. So today they announced, right, that that the progress continues positively with only minor bugs remaining. Today, however, we have agreed to ensure the core development team and Cardano ecosystem collaborators have more time for testing before commencing the mainnet countdown. So they're delaying it a month. It should be up and running a month from now. Now, this isn't a bad thing, and actually, that's one of the things that attracts me to Cardano is they are overly cautious in thoroughly testing their hard forks and their improvements. And I would much rather have that than, for example, Solana, which is down. I've lost track of how many times Solana has gone down, right? I mean, if you're a DeFi project waiting to build on Cardano until Vassal is complete and you can take advantage of the scalability issues, I mean, how would you like to be that project that is waiting for this massive improvement? It's put into place, and then you start building, and you're up and running, and then Cardano goes down, or there's some other problem with it, and your whole DeFi project is put in jeopardy. Or would you rather make sure Cardano's got all its bugs worked out, it's thoroughly tested, it's put into place, you start your DeFi project on there, and it works flawlessly, right? I mean, what would you rather have? From a builder standpoint, from a consumer standpoint, from a user standpoint, every single person involved in Cardano, I think, would prefer the latter than the issues that Solana faces, where it goes down every other week. That's just my opinion. Again, not financial advice, but it's one of the things that attracted me to Cardano. It's scientific approach to testing and making sure that everything, all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and that it works flawlessly the first time out. Not this, game of hit and miss. Just my opinion. So anyway, a lot of people have been saying, that the only reason Cardano has been faring better against Bitcoin in the last month is because of this Vassal hard fork that's coming out. And hey, I agree, that probably played a little part in it. So you would think that it would have given back every single penny of that improve or that gain against Bitcoin over the last month. It would have given it all back when they told you they were going to delay it a month. It's not what happened, right? So let's look at this. So Bitcoin's up 1%, ADA's down 2%, and it was actually closer than that. So it's getting a little bit worse, but it's still not as bad as everybody's anticipating, or everybody thought, right? Everybody thought it was going to give it all back. Let's look at the ADA BTC chart. ADA BTC, and I look at again the Coinbase chart, and I want to do the weekly. Look at it, it's a sliver. It's a sliver of last week's gain. Look at that last red candle. It's a sliver of last week's gain. Not that big of a deal. Again, I brought this chart to this. I brought this chart to this channel when on the week of May 30th, right here, right? Can you see it? Right when we were approaching that resistance line, that downward sloping resistance, red resistance line. I brought this chart to the channel. Told you it was the most bullish chart in crypto. When one ADA was worth 0.000019 Bitcoin. Well, look at it. 2 weeks later, we had this giant green candle, and still we're sitting at 0.00002306 Bitcoin. That's still like a 20% return versus Bitcoin. That's still, with, let's say you went in with me, you had moved, and what I did, right? I put out a special video last Sunday when we revisited that red resistance line I just showed you, and it was support. It proved itself as support. I made a special video last Sunday. I said I'm putting almost all of my Bitcoin right now into ADA. That was like a little over a week ago, and 20% return in a little over a week versus Bitcoin. That means you could have taken one Bitcoin, if you would have went in with me, one Bitcoin turned into 1.2 Bitcoin without putting new money into the game, without trading on leverage. It's beautiful. You can increase your sats without risking new money, without risking all your money if you're trading on leverage, right? So it's beautiful. And again, I'm not waiting for a simple 20% return, right? I'm waiting until we get back up here at 0.00006 Bitcoin. What does that mean? That's a 3x, a 3 flippin' X. 1 Bitcoin turns into 3, 2 turns into 6. And the beautiful part is, I didn't bring this to the channel, right? I've been telling you for 7 weeks that ADA is going to outperform by the end of the year. But I didn't bring the most bullish chart in crypto to the channel, back here on the week of May 9th, or the week of May 16th, or the week of May 30th, right? Or I'm sorry, May 23rd. I brought you the end of the week on May 30th. Right when we were challenging this resistance line, I said, keep an eye on this. And look, we went up, we settled right on top of it the next week. And then last week, we wicked down to it, tested it as support. That's when I came on and said, hey, now's the time. I'm moving almost all my Bitcoin into ADA. So I didn't bring it to you until we were right at the opportune moment to invest. And again, I'm not expecting that 3x next week, the ADA 3x versus Bitcoin next week, next month, 3 months from now, 6 months from now. It might take a year. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. But if I could tell you could 3x your Bitcoin in a year, I'd certainly wait. I'd certainly take that. So if it takes a year, I'm fine with that. If I 3x my Bitcoin, I'll take that every single day of the week. Tell me I can put my money into something and it'll 3x versus Bitcoin. Take it every single day of the week. If I have to wait a year, no problem. And now this is just my opinion that the 3x is going to happen. And I might not wait for all of, keep all of my ADA, all the Bitcoin that I moved into ADA. I might not keep it all there for waiting for that 3x. I might move it out piecemeal before then. But a large majority of it, I'm going to wait for a 3x. Unless something comes up that, that alters those plans, and I will keep this channel updated on my my approach. And, we'll talk about these resistance lines. I have a couple blue resistance lines that we've already put on here that, we'll talk about them as we approach them and as we come up to them and touch them and surpass them. And I'll tell you what I'm doing with the Bitcoin that I put into ADA as we reach each of those milestones. So if you value that I brought that chart to you right at the exact moment, I mean, I'm not kidding, it was the exact moment to go in. If you appreciate that I waited until the opportunity was ripe, give me a like, give me a subscribe. If you appreciate the resistance lines that I put on there, and the approach that we're going to play it step by step, but we're going to have this ultimate goal of 0.00006 Bitcoin, a 3x. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. If you appreciate the fact that I point out opportunities to you where you don't even have to put new money into the system, where you don't even have to trade on leverage and risk all of your money by being liquidated, give me a like, give me a subscribe, because you can play this game. If you got the money in the game already, you can play these coins off of each other and still increase your sats, right? Without wasting new money, without risking new money, without risking your entire portfolio by trading on leverage. That's how you do it. Don't trade on leverage. Please don't trade on leverage. You will lose. You will lose. So that's just my advice. Not financial advice, but that's not financial advice, but that's the approach I take. Okay. So one last chart I wanted to look at, right? Of course, we have to look at the ETH chart. So ETH versus BTC. Again, we do the Coinbase chart, and we're looking at the weekly. Okay, so again, we are losing so far this week, but I told you right here, the week of June 6th, when one Ethereum was worth 0.052 Bitcoin. Again, I brought it to you, I think, right at the perfect opportunity, a timely opportunity to invest. Not 3 weeks before that, right? I didn't tell you back here, oh, you might want to keep an eye on this chart, or here. I waited until we were at the bottom of this support line, right touching that support line. That's exactly the moment I brought it to this channel. And the next week, right? We wicked down. We were losing on the trade for a little bit, but we finished above it, and we're selling right above it this week so far. We're maintaining that support line, and again, this support line goes back over a year, back to like December of 2020, right? It's a beautiful support line, but look at the resistance line. That goes back a year. It's an ascending triangle, meaning if I'm right, we go back up to the top of this ascending triangle, this blue line at 0.076. And if we do that, that is almost a 50% return by my calculations. Almost a 50% return without putting new money in. Just by taking Bitcoin and putting in Ethereum at the perfect opportunity. That's almost a 50% return without putting new money in, without trading and leverage, without risking your whole portfolio by getting liquidated. You can make a 50% return. You can have 50% more sats. You can turn 1 Bitcoin into 1.5, 2 Bitcoin into 3, just by playing the coins off each other. Now, I could be wrong on the ADA chart. I could be wrong on the Ethereum chart. I could be wrong on both. This is not financial advice. But so far, the ADA chart has worked out beautifully. So far, this is the exact bottom. So far, we could be wrong. We could finish this week below this support line, and then we'd have to talk about what I'm going to do, right? Maybe it gives me pause. I don't know. But so far right now, there's nothing that's concerning me at all. At all. Bitcoin's near a bottom. If it reached the bottom, if that 17.5 is the bottom and it starts going up, that means ADA and Ethereum are about to go crazy, in my opinion. In my opinion, not financial advice. As long as we are at or near a bottom, I think we're golden on both of those charts still. So if you appreciate that, if you appreciate I'm bringing you these charts right at the perfect opportunity, give me a like, give me a subscribe, share this information with your friends and family if you think they'd appreciate it. I would appreciate it. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart one more time before we sign off. Just want to see if we are, now that the stock market is closed, how we're faring. And again, I want to go back to the daily. So, we're 29, so we're right below 21. It again, until we get back above that support line, I'm not going to get excited about Bitcoin, but I am excited. I'm extremely excited about ADA. I'm extremely excited about Ethereum. And I think they're both presenting us with golden opportunities. And we're right at the perfect entry point on both of them so far. So if you appreciate that, give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me a follow. I hope you're having a great day, right? Things are looking up. Things are looking up. I've started this channel 7 weeks ago, and it's been a disaster since then. But it can't get much worse than this, right? We are bound to move up. I know this is kind of a rudimentary presentation. I do this on my phone. I don't edit my videos. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do this long term. I got into this, like I said, 7 weeks ago. So, if we go back to the weekly chart, back right, 7 weeks ago was like right in here somewhere, right? Probably even after that. And I got in because everybody was crapping their pants. I got into these videos because I thought, you know what? Everybody is fearful, and you shouldn't be so fearful. This is the time you want to start dollar cost averaging. I do it every Friday, and pointing out what you want a dollar cost average into, because I saw so many people on Twitter saying you can only play Bitcoin at this point. Bitcoin's the only play. Well, I'm proving it. I'm showing you my work every flippin' week, and I'm bringing you charts right at the exact point that you should be entering them. That Bitcoin isn't the only play, and in fact, if you want to increase your Bitcoin, you should be playing some other coins off of Bitcoin. So if you appreciate that, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I hope you're having a great day. My name is Mike. I'm the Crypto Liberal. Have a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday night, and we'll talk more tomorrow. Good night.